Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today, I, along with my colleague Bob Filner, are offering an amendment to restore an overall loss of $10 million in research funding dedicated to finding a cure for Gulf War illness, an illness that directly affects over 1/4 of veterans from the first Gulf War. This amendment has the support of the veterans of foreign wars, it has the support of the Vietnam Veterans of America, and the support of the National Vietnam and Gulf War Veterans Coalition. According to the Congressional Budget Office, it will reduce total outlays by $7 million. Veterans of the first Gulf War suffer from persistent symptoms, including chronic headache, widespread pain, cognitive difficulties, debilitating fatigue, gastrointestinal problems, respiratory symptoms, and other abnormalities that are not explained by traditional medicine or psychiatric diagnoses. Research shows that as these brave veterans age, they're at double the risk for ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease as their non-deployed peers. There may also be connections to multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's disease. Sadly, there's no known treatments for the lifelong pain these veterans endure. Gulf War illness research was slated to receive a total of $25 million in fiscal year 12, $15 million at the VA, and $10 million at the DoD's Gulf War illness research program. We've learned that the VA cut $10 million from its FY13 program, which more or less supports allegations that VA officials whose views on Gulf War illness have been discredited by the Institute of Medicine and the scientific community, that they're obstructing new research. The veterans of the first Gulf War who remain without a cure should not have to pay the price for this controversy. That's why this amendment would restore $10 million into a research program that has proven itself, the Defense Department's Gulf War Illness Research Program. Last year, researchers funded by this program completed the first successful pilot study of a medication to treat one of the major symptoms of Gulf War illness. The critical increase in funding from this amendment was built on progress that's already been made, including a follow-up clinical trial, as well as other promising studies which have been waiting for funding. The offset for this amendment comes from the $32 billion Operations and Maintenance defense-wide account in Title II. Now, Congress has a responsibility, these Gulf War veterans, has a responsibility to ensure that these individuals who put it all on the line and who are paying with a lifetime of pain and a potentially shortened life, it's our responsibility to make sure they're not left behind. I urge my colleagues to support this amendment to fully fund research into Gulf War veterans' illness. Thank you.
The gentleman yields back his time. Who rises in opposition? Questions on the amendment offered by the gentleman from Florida?
Mr. Chairman, I rise to strike the last word.
The gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
And I'm happy that I'm finally getting an opportunity to be supportive of an amendment offered by my friend Mr. Kucinich, because so often I have to oppose his amendments. This bill already includes $10 million, Graham. He's concerned that the Veterans Affairs and Military Construction Subcommittee did not include an additional $5 million. And I understand that, and that's okay. But, you know, medical research on Gulf War illness or whatever it is important. What we learned from this program could help us in other programs of diseases coming from Iraq and Afghanistan. We are seeing, if you get a chance to visit at Walter Reed Bethesda Hospital, seeing some very strange bacterias and viruses and molds and funguses that are coming from places that we never expected to see, but we're seeing them now. So this research program could help another research program and to deal with these deadly diseases that are affecting our troops in large numbers. And so while we've already done $10 million in this bill, I'm going to agree with Mr. Kucinich and agree to his amendment to add the additional money. I do.
I agree with the chairman. this Gulf War illness has been something that bothered me a great deal. There was a very difficult diagnosis on what was causing this, but I think an additional investment here is worthy, and I think we should accept the amendment. I'm glad the chairman accepts it.
Comments. And thank Mr. Kucinich for offering the amendment, and I yield back my time.
Back his time. The questions on the amendment offered by the gentleman from Ohio. Those in favor signify so by saying aye. Those opposed, no. Opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The ayes have it, and the amendment's adopted.